Picture a casino, an environment completely ruled by chance, a place of risk, lucky streaks, and the sudden thrill of a massive jackpot. Yet, year after year, the commercial gaming industry generates hundreds of billions of dollars in gross revenue, reliably paying out massive levies in state and local taxes without missing a beat. If the entire business relies on random luck, and players frequently walk out with thousands of dollars in winnings, how do these corporations guarantee such massive, predictable growth? The answer is that a casino operates on a business formula rather than a series of guesses. Profit equals volume times the house edge, plus non-gaming revenue, minus overhead. By breaking down these specific variables, we can map out how a house transforms a chaotic environment into a controlled system, one where individual wins are simply small, manageable costs of doing business. The foundation of this system is the house edge. This is a built-in mathematical advantage, ensuring that every game pays out slightly less than the true statistical probability dictates. Look at this roulette wheel. A standard European wheel has 36 numbers, plus a green zero. Because of that zero, winning bets pay slightly less than the actual odds. That small gap dictates the return to player. Now, as this line graph shows, short-term volatility exists. If you place a handful of bets, you might hit a hot streak, beat that mathematical edge, and walk away with a profit. But watch what happens when the timeline zooms out. Expanding those few bets into millions of wagers makes the variance disappear. The line flattens into an inevitable downward slope into the casino's bank account. Ultimately, operators are indifferent to an individual's lucky night. The math guarantees that over enough time, the sheer volume of bets will bankrupt the player base as a whole. To trigger that law of large numbers, casinos have to maximize the volume variable. They need to keep massive crowds of players actively betting on the casino floor for as long as possible. This blueprint illustrates how physical architecture accomplishes that goal. There are very few straight sight lines. The pathways are circular and winding, specifically designed to disorient guests and force them to walk past active gaming zones just to find the exit. The placement of the games is heavily calculated. High-stakes table games are positioned in quiet, secluded corners, while dense clusters of slots, the games with the highest house edge, dominate the high-traffic choke points. To measure the success of this layout, operators track a metric called win per unit per day, or WPUPD. This calculates the exact daily revenue generated by every single square foot of gaming space. Using that WPUPD data, managers ruthlessly optimize the floor. Any machine that fails to capture optimal betting volume is instantly removed and replaced. The physical architecture functions as a mechanical component of the economic formula, engineered specifically to drive betting volume through every square foot of the property. Keeping players inside that building requires perks, free hotel rooms, complimentary drinks, and meal vouchers. But managing the cost of this overhead requires its own mathematical strategy. Modern casinos long ago replaced subjective generosity with massive data collection. When you insert a magnetic loyalty card into a machine, it tracks your exact betting volume in real time. Take a look at this digital profile. The system takes your total wager and multiplies it by the specific house edge. The output is your expected loss, a precise dollar value the casino will extract from you. As this chart demonstrates, management only issues comps with a wholesale cost strictly lower than your expected loss. They give you a $50 rune because the math proves you will drop $500 into the slots. The generosity is entirely an illusion. Every free perk is a mathematically hedged investment designed to trap you while minimizing the casino's overhead. Today, this traditional gambling formula is facing a systemic threat. Younger demographics, like Generation Z, are largely rejecting traditional slot machines and table games. To survive, operators are relying heavily on the final variable in the equation, non-gaming revenue. They are transforming the core business model to capture the spending habits of an entirely new audience. Look at this cross-section of a modern resort. Massive investments are shifting away from the gaming floor, moving straight into highly social, interactive concepts like celebrity chef restaurants, virtual reality arenas, and private karaoke rooms. These amenities serve as primary profit centers, utilizing shareable social media content to widen the casino's reach and diversify its revenue streams. Whether a visitor is betting on a roulette wheel or renting a private karaoke room, they are participating in a meticulously engineered, highly diversified ecosystem where the house always wins.